Hello students, I am Goma ma'am here. Today we will start our new chapter from Science, Chapter 4 Reproduction in Animals. See the picture given in the book. Identify the animals, write the names of young ones of these animals. So animals picture has been given and I have written their young one names. Okay. So these are the names of their babies. Okay. So in this chapter we will learn how animals reproduce their young ones or how living organisms reproduce their young ones. Okay, let's go through the chapter. Reproduction. All living beings such as humans, animals, plants and microorganisms are born, grow, live for a certain period of time and then die. The period of time for which a living organism lives is called its lifespan. Okay, so all living beings or living organism, they born and grow and live for a certain period of time and then die. That is lifespan, or you can say the duration of existence of an individual, that is lifespan. Okay, so next, why animals reproduce? To ensure the continuity of life, the living beings must produce more of their own kind before they die. The process by which living organisms produce more of their own kind is called reproduction. So, why living beings reproduce? They reproduce to ensure the continuity of life forms on the planet Earth. This is a cycle of birth that take place and replaces the existing life when they pass away or die. That is why living beings must reproduce. Okay, and the process by living beings produce more of their own kind, that is called reproduction. Let us learn in this chapter how animals reproduce. Okay, number one, reproduction in animals. Animals reproduce in two ways. So animals reproduce their young ones in two ways. Number one is animal such as cows, dogs, cats, mouse, elephants, lions and whales give birth to their young ones or babies. So these animals are also called mammals. Okay, these animals are also called mammals who reproduce their young ones by giving birth. Next, animals such as birds, fish, frogs, tortoises, crocodiles and snakes lay eggs. Their young ones hatch out of the eggs. So next one is these animals, they reproduce their babies by laying eggs and the young ones hatch out of the eggs. Okay, there is two process in which animals reproduce. One is animals reproduce their young ones by giving birth and another one is animals reproduce their babies by laying eggs. Okay, so first of all let us learn animals that lay eggs. First one is birds. Female birds lay eggs in their nest. They build their nest by using different materials such as twigs, pieces of old cloth, grass and leaves. One of the parent bird sits on the eggs for some days to keep them warm. This process is called incubation. So, birds build their nest with different waste materials. Okay, so like twigs. Twigs means a small branch of a tree or you can say bush. Okay, a piece of cloth, hope you understand, grass, grass, green grass, and leaves. Okay, so these materials use birds to build their nest. Okay, so can you tell me why birds build their nest? Yes, of course. Birds build their nest to lay their eggs. Okay, and also they take care of their young ones in their nest, isn't it? So, after this, how birds reproduce their babies? One of the parent bird sits on the eggs. Okay, one of the parent bird sits on the eggs to keep the eggs warm. Okay, this process is called incubation. This process is called incubation. Now I'll show you the picture of incubation. Okay, now see the nest of birds. Okay, this is bird's nest and their eggs. Okay, and then after some days, one of the parent of a bird sits on the eggs to keep the eggs warm. Look here, this is called incubation. See the picture nicely. This is called incubation. Okay, now first let us learn structure of an egg. See the picture. Can you see? Yes, this is structure of an egg. Okay, so the hard outer part of an egg is called egg cell. Can you see egg cell? Yes, this is hard outer part of an egg is called eggshell. Okay, next the yellow part of an egg, which is called egg yolk. Yellow part, this is okay, egg yolk. Okay, next, which is rich in protein. Egg yolk, which is rich in protein. I hope you all like egg, isn't it? Next, it contains a bright white part of an egg, which is called albumin. Which is called albumin. Okay, white part of an egg. Understand? A growing baby inside the egg. This is structure of an egg. So now see here. Okay, this is part of an egg. Now next, see the bird embroid. The growing baby inside the egg is called embroid, which contains a bright white spot that develops into the baby. This is baby bird inside the embroid, bird embroid. Okay. Okay. So the developing embryo obtains from food from the yolk. The white part of the egg called albumin surrounds the yolk. Albumin protects the embryo from shocks and jerks. It provides water to the developing embryo. So the white part of the egg called albumin, which surround the yolk. Okay, and albumin protects the embryo from shocks and jerks. Shock means shocked. Okay, and jerk means sudden uncontrolled movement. Okay, so after the chick is fully developed, chick breaks the egg shell and comes out of the egg. This process is called hatching. Okay, so look at the book. The embryo goes through various stages, and when the chick is fully developed, it breaks the egg shell and comes out of the egg. This process is called hatching. So, when the chick is fully developed inside the egg cell, okay, when the times comes, it comes out of the eggs. Okay. Okay, see the picture of hatching. The baby's bird comes out from the egg. Okay, this is called hatching. So, the parent birds feed their babies till they are strong enough to look after themselves. So, parent bird, they feed their babies, okay, because their babies cannot look after themselves, isn't it? So, that is why their parents has to be look themselves, okay. So, next one is frog. A female frog lays hundreds of eggs at a time in a lake or a pond. These clusters of eggs are called spawns. The eggs are surrounded by a jelly-like substance that protects them. The young one of a frog is called tadpole. So, after this, let us learn about frog. How frog reproduce their babies. So, female frogs lays hundreds of eggs at a time in a lake or a pond. So, that cluster of eggs of a frog is called spawn. Okay. So, you can see this eggs, okay, that is called spawns. When the baby is totally developed, it comes out of the egg. Okay. So, the babies of frog or the young one of a frog is called tadpole. Okay, see the picture of tadpole, and then it breathes through gills in water. So, tadpoles live in water, so it breathes through gills. Okay, after few weeks, tadpole loses its tail and grows organs and limbs. Okay. Then after 11 weeks, that tadpole transforms into a full developed frog. Okay, see the picture, legs breaks through. Okay, and then when it turns into adult frog, it loses its tail. Okay, so the complete change in the form of an organism from the young stage to the adult stage, from the young stage to the adult stage is called metamorphosis. Okay, see the definition here. This complete change in the form of an organism from the young stage to the adult stage is called metamorphosis. Okay, so frogs lay eggs in a lake or a ponds, and then after few weeks it transforms into tadpole. Then after few days it legs breaks through. Okay, and then after 11 weeks tadpole transforms into a fully developed frog. That process is called metamorphosis. Okay, what is metamorphosis? The complete change in the form of an organism from the young stage to the adult stage is called metamorphosis. Okay.